Hey guys, welcome back to Strong Successful Male. So for today in the Ask SSM video series, got an email from a subscriber. This is a relatively young guy, I'm guessing early 20s, maybe mid 20s maximum. And he's writing in asking for both my help as well as yours about a situation he has with a current long distance girlfriend. You're going to see as he goes through his story here that he knew her for a few years prior. They were friends. More like he really liked her and she wasn't interested, so he kept being friends and being that guy in Layaway. They started dating and things aren't exactly going the way he wants, where you're going to see that he's the guy putting in all the effort and she's putting in none. And yet he's still coming back for more. And he's at a point now that he's finally realizing this situation's terrible. I want to know my opinion. Should he continue on with it, trying to make things work, or should he then, cut ties and move the hell on? So I'm going to go through his email here, his situation story, and at the end, I'm going to give this guy a very badly needed dose of reality, because I don't want him to suffer anymore. And I encourage all you to please give him a very badly needed dose of reality. Not being a-holes, because he's a young guy and he needs help here, and also, by the way, guys, before I start, this story here, as I go through it, is going to be a test. A test to see how much you guys have learned. So you've been watching me for a while. As I get into this, I want to see how quickly you start to see problems in this scenario and where you would bail. Because obviously he did not. A little challenge here. It says, Dear SSM, hello, this is Mike, fake name of course. And the short explanation is, I'm asking for advice about my current situation. It's also a little late, but congratulations on your move to Florida. Thank you. For the first time ever, I'm wearing a sweatshirt here in South Florida. That won't happen very often. I don't know if it'll be good enough for video, but I wanted to get it off my chest at the very least and let other people know. I've been dating a gal for about 8 months now and have known her for about 2.5 years before that. But at this point, I'm close to ending things between myself and her. Good, you should, but I'll get to that later. For context, I've organized this into 3 parts. Friendship, dating, and the present time. Starting off as friends, he says, when I met Hannah, another fake name, I was on a retreat in college. At that time, I was the stereotypical blue-pilled nice guy and had not heard of your channel. Well, my friend, I have news for you. If you're still involved with her, given how I know she treats you, you are still a blue-pilled nice guy. But we're going to fix that. He says, the type that women are like queens, etc. I was ignorant, but that does not excuse my actions, especially in the future. I'm sure there are several smacks incoming, and I've tried to guess where most of them are coming from, but I'm sure there's more. As I mentioned before, I met Hannah at a retreat. We were both rather shy, but the leaders told everyone to take a chance that day. Do something unexpected. Go out of your comfort zone. So I decided to talk to her. She was taking a walk. I caught her up, and I said, mind if I join you? We stayed friends from that first interaction, and from our conversations, I learned a few things about her. Most of the following you'd probably smack me for. Okay, let's see. Number 1, she was or is a deacon's daughter. And I know your thoughts on that. However, she doesn't seem intent on saving herself for marriage, but I haven't confirmed it. So, there's a stereotype about the gal that's usually the preacher's daughter and all that. I'm sure some of you guys have known girls like that. I've known some girls that were daughters of people that were involved with the church or preacher's daughters. And let me tell you, they were as far from holy as it gets. It says, number 2, I mentioned she was in college. She was a social studies major but loved the arts like music and dance. Meanwhile, I was a business accounting major and I'm currently working towards getting certification. So I was the nice guy with a stable career ahead of him. Well, bro, good for you for majoring in business and accounting. There is a demand for such services. Hopefully, maybe you'll go for your CPA one day or something like that. Number 3, a few weeks after meeting her, I learned she had a boyfriend back home. Until this point, I didn't know, but after hearing that, I dropped all intent on potentially dating her. Any self-respecting guy knows not to get into that, but was fine seeing her occasionally at group events or hanging out with mutual friends. Good for you for not pursuing that knowing she had a boyfriend. Good. And if you were staying acquainted because you do similar activities, I got no problem with that. I have a problem when you start becoming friends with a girl and wasting your time, particularly if you like her. We still kept in touch during the summer and thought that I learned that she had broken up with her boyfriend. I asked why, and she says something close to, "Oh, we just grew apart." The same reason for breaking up with her only other boyfriend in high school. I was blind, though. The thoughts of maybe started coming in my head. So she just broke up with a guy, and it's best to let a chick get her shit together before dating a girl just broke up with her boyfriend. But oftentimes girls, as you are well aware, gentlemen, before they break up with a guy, they already got their replacement lined up, so they never have to be alone. But this clearly wasn't the case, at least to what he thought. That fall, we both were walking back to our dorms from church. We made a habit of meeting and walking to and from church most of the time together with a friend, but they hadn't come out this week. I decided to pluck up my courage and ask her out. She said that she wanted time to work on herself since she had broken up that summer, and while it wasn't a hard no, it seemed like she wasn't really ready yet, so I moved on. Okay. You had the balls to ask her out. Good for you, because you're going for what you want, as any man should fucking go for what he wants. She turned you down, whether her reason was because she really wasn't interested, or she really was trying to work on shit because, it's not good to date someone they're fresh out of a relationship and raw. Fair enough. That's when you walk away. What you don't do is stay in the friend zone and hang out with a girl all the time and listen to all her problems and be her BFF, hoping for her to get ready to date other guys, because usually when they say that, they're already dating other guys. Still staying friends with her, not interested romantically, but date a few other people in college as the years progressed and try to focus more on improving myself. Yeah, you said you date other people and you worked on yourself, which is good, but you always carried a torch for her. Come on, dude. You're not fooling anybody. And you sure as hell aren't fooling her. She knows that you're into her. And if you still stayed friends with her and probably hung out with her and talked on the phone and listened to her problems, she knows you still like her. He says, "You're also, around that time, I found your channel. I didn't fully agree with everything you said, but the longer I've listened, the more I've had to agree." See? A lot of guys find me, they don't like a lot of things I say, but they watch me anyway, and then reality comes to them through their experiences, and they were like, well, I guess that guy does know what he's talking about. All right, now we're on to the second stage of dating. We continue to stay in touch after I graduated and seem to get a lot closer with each other. Longer conversations, talks over the phone, things like that. Smack! You are being the classic nice guy in the friend zone. You obviously like her. Dude, if you are a guy that is in his early to mid-20s at this point, you got out of school, you should be focusing on you and your career and your bros and goals, not taking your time to talk on the phone, long conversations and bullshit like there was some girl that you're just friends with. I get it if you're giving your time to some girl you're sleeping with and having somewhat of a romantic relationship. Well, some girl just to listen to her problems and blah, 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 blah. No. You're doing that because you like her and waiting for your turn. That's what nice guys do, and she knows this. Trust me, she knows this. We both were beating around the bush. I liked her, but had been turned down before, so I wasn't going to ask again. Yeah, but if you really were moving on, you would be moved on. You wouldn't be listening to her problems on the phone or just being her guy friend. When spring came around, we had the conversation and officially started dating. Hang on here. You skipped what happened. Did she ask you out? Did you bring it up again? But okay, they're dating now. Now, guys, who do you think has the upper hand in this relationship? Him or her? Her. What's the worst place for a guy to be in a relationship? To have her to have the upper hand. Her to be less into the relationship than he is. And watch. We both knew that she was graduating that year and would be going to grad school 2 hours away, but we both thought we could make it work. She graduated and I met her parents at the graduation ceremony. Both appear to be very nice, and it's good to know their parents as you join the family if one eventually one day marries. Smack! What the hell are you talking about marriage? You just started dating this girl. She already met my parents at my graduation party the year before, and since they live in the same town as the university, and they would sometimes come to large events, especially when families are welcome. We both assured each other that even though it was going to be a little harder seeing each other with a distance, we'd be able to make it work. Yeah, let's see how yet another long-term relationship works, especially where the guy is way more into the relationship than the girl. Things were fine that summer, but I wasn't prepared for the fall. During the summer, I'd been the one to initiate most of the contact and communication, dates, scheduling times, places to meet, and initiating phone calls. So, you're more into it than she is. You're making more of the effort than she is. It sounds like she's doing some, but you're doing the majority. That's a bad way to go. By the way, are you hooking up yet? Is there any sex going on? Because I'm willing to bet you it's minimal, if there is any at all. She has all the power in this relationship, man. That's a terrible place to be. In the fall, it turned into me being the only one to initiate communication. I attempted everything and tried to do more. And he says, smack, smack, smack. Yeah, you're damn right about that. Which I now realize is like rewarding bad behavior. Yes, exactly. Guy, if you're doing all the work to make it work, it's a terrible place to be. Her actions tell me she's not interested at all. I think she got together with you before graduate school because she saw you're going someplace. She's putting you on layaway, so after she can have her final adventures, then she can have her nice guy to settle with. I tell you all the time, mid-20s or so, they start finding that nice guy to put in layaway and reserve till later when they want to put a ring on their finger and have the last roll in the hay with the bad boys. It is what it is, guys. And watch her actions here. I tried things like calling more often, offering to drive up to see her every weekend, and trying to set up ways to meet when she drove home, since she drove through my town to go home. Yeah, smack. What is she doing? Dude, you want to be with a gal that reciprocates, that shows through her actions that she's interested and cares. She's not showing shit, okay? I'm sure you're a guy that can at least get other girls, so why would you settle because here's the reason why, is because you've carried a torch for her all these years. She's like your big prize. And I'm sure that, and it's like any scrap she gives you, you're just like gobbling it all up. You don't deserve this, man. You deserve better. The situation was so poor that even though the college was 2 hours away, we hadn't seen each other for 3 months in person. The reasons Hannah provided for refusing was because she was unfamiliar with the area and she was too busy to meet. As the situation continued, I started to feel more and more like an afterthought, but what made me fully realize this happened around Thanksgiving. This has led me to not initiating contact as much as my thought process had changed to, if I keep getting rejected, why even try? Yeah. Newsflash, gentlemen, when a woman really likes you, she can be working 80-hour weeks and go without sleep. She'll find time to be with you. When a woman is really into a guy, if she's not into a guy, she's not going to make any time for him, even if she has an abundance of time. She'll make every excuse known to man. She'll hang out more with her freaking her accountant more than, well, you're going to become an accountant. That's a bad analogy. She'll hang out with her freaking proctologist more than she'll hang out with you because that person is more appealing. You, my friend, have just, you pursued and just been that guy, that classic nice guy. And that turns women off. If you were treating her the way she treated you, would you be attracted to that? No. No. For the situation near Thanksgiving, she came down to spend the day in town. Her plan was to go to church in the morning, catching up with a few friends while there, and then later in the afternoon, go to the fall dance show since students put on the production, and she was going with a female friend of hers. Notice she wasn't making any time to see you, the boyfriend, right? No, this is unacceptable. Break up with her. You should have broken up with her a long time ago. He goes on, he says here, we made plans to eat lunch after church. Oh, how nice, you get a lunch. Lunch is for friends. We were planning to eat at 1 p.m. or so, a simple plan, but with plenty of time to talk before the event. I did offer to go with her to the event, and she refused. I don't care for dancing, but I wanted to be involved. Yeah, you're that guy. You'll do anything to spend time with her and do things you don't like. That shows desperation. When a guy behaves that way, it turns a woman off. Dude, for God's sakes, end this. After church, she was in the building chatting with the friends she was sitting with, waved and said, "I'll meet you there for lunch in a few minutes." I waved to the friends before going to the location and waiting. I got there about 12:50, thinking I'd take maybe 15 to 30 minutes for her to arrive. I did not expect to wait for over an hour. Smack! She made you wait an hour. You know why? Because she knew you would sit around waiting there for her at the edge of your seat, like she's like the Almighty himself coming down to greet you. You gotta be, dude, would you respect you? Think about this. No. God's sakes. But you know what, gentlemen? I know you're all smacking him. This is how guys learn. They learn by making all these dumbass mistakes and then sharing them, or just coming to with self-reflection, being like, "Oh my God, I was such a doormat." This is what nice guys do. Do you think any bad boy would ever do this shit? Over pursue, make all the effort, wait around for her like this? Never. You're the type of guy back before cell phones that would have sat around by the phone all day waiting for her to call. And you know what, dude? I was younger once. I did shit like this. You think it worked out well for me? Nope. I learned the hard way. So we had no communication, and by 2 p.m., even my blue-pilled nice guy butt was going to order, eat, and then leave. At 1:58, I got a text saying that she was on her way. She then ate, talked, and then she left about an hour later to go with a friend to the dance event, spending the entire day in town and only spending an hour with her. I went home happy to have seen her, but felt like a rock in my gut, but I couldn't pinpoint why. Later I realized I felt like I was a total afterthought. Thank you, because you were an afterthought. You're nothing to her. I'm convinced that right before she started grad school, she wanted to lock you in, put you on layaway, that friend, that nice guy who she knows isn't going anywhere, because you'd make great marriage material. But you're not the type that she wants to have as a boyfriend right now. And can you imagine being married to her? How she'd treat you? Now at the present moment, he says this Christmas she planned on driving home a few weeks before, and we made plans to meet for lunch. Oh good, you get another lunch. Lunch is for friends. Notice there's no romantic I don't want to say romantic dinners, but there's no dinners or nighttime events. I'm not hearing anything about any sex. Now maybe because you're religious and so is she, maybe you both want to put that off to marriage. That's your business, fair enough. But I'm not hearing anything about any romance going on here. She had not gone through town since the Thanksgiving event, so I was excited. For God's sakes, dude. This time, however, she had to cancel because her parents came up to see her. Around this time, I also started turning on your videos again and started to realize how many smacks I should have gotten. Dude, you would have gotten so many smacks, you wouldn't feel your face for a week. A month. The Tuesday after Christmas, okay, so today's Thursday, so we're talking 2 days ago, she said that she'll be able to spend the day in town the Friday or Saturday after Christmas. I'm glad that she was the one who suggested this, as I have been the one initiating almost all contact. Dude, you're getting table scraps from her. During the same conversation, I said that I was glad that we could meet now because the last semester had been very tough for us, but hadn't responded with a confused, "What?" Very tough is a stretch. She doesn't care. My plan for this date, assuming she doesn't cancel this time, is to go to a few shops with her, window shopping, perhaps looking at antiques, exchanging Christmas gifts, as well as giving her a gentle but firm conversation about how things will be different this coming semester. Smack! So you're going to go shopping with her, you're going to carry her bags from Macy's and Nordstrom's, whatever, while she buys shit with probably you'll buy. Oh, how nice. Dude, you're like her GAY friend. That's what's going on here. Goodness sake. I do want to have a relationship with her. Smack, smack, smack. You don't have a relationship with her. But as of right now, it doesn't feel possible. One side wanting a relationship while the other side treating you like an afterthought is no way to live. Exactly, my friend. If dating is a prequel to marriage, why should I want to marry someone who seems to consider me as an afterthought, not even mentioning what a bad deal marriage is for men today? That will be your marriage, my friend. I wanted to get my thoughts in order and send this to you to get your advice, or at least get off my chest. I'm hoping that being more assertive works. However, if nothing changes, one of the most powerful things a guy can do is walk away. Yes, it is, my friend, but I'm afraid you don't have the balls to do that at this point. But I'm going to fix that. I don't want to resort to that and work things out, but I have to be prepared to walk away. Thank you for your time, any advice you have, giving me a way to organize my thoughts, and for your videos helping me out myself and other men. Sincerely, Mike. Okay, Mike. Here we go. Bro, end it with her. She doesn't give a shit about you, okay? Her actions clearly demonstrate that every step of the way. I don't care how wonderful your walks were back in the day, or how you were dating for a little while. She's showing you through her actions. She doesn't give a crap, okay? You need to have her putting an effort in the relationship to see you. She's put in none. You're there eagerly waiting for table scraps for her just to spend some time with you. And lunch? That's what friends do. She's more interested in giving time to her friends, to her freaking proctologist, no doubt, than fucking you. You, a man in his 20s who's getting his life in order and preparing for his career and everything, should have a gal that's enthusiastic to see, that you can see regularly, have fun with, and hook up with, if, of course, that's what you do. Maybe you're waiting till marriage because you're religious. That's your business, fine. But you don't accept this bullshit. And you walking away or giving an assertive voice, that doesn't mean shit. You have shown her so many times that you're that nice guy that'll wait around for her forever. And she doesn't respect you. A woman won't love a guy she doesn't respect. You need to end it with her and walk away. And I don't mean walk away and hoping that she'll come back. I mean, done. Because you have acted so weak and such a pushover that even if you did walk away and she started chasing after you, she would constantly test you and do everything to make your life a living hell, that it's just not worth it. You've just done so much damage, it's not worth it. Okay? And if you stay with her, she's only going to continue to treat you like this. I guarantee it. Guarantee it. You may not like what I'm saying. Okay? Fine. But at least listen to me, and listen to all the guys that will comment on this video here, telling you the exact same thing as I am. Because I've been there. I've done shit just like what you're describing, and it always ended badly. And I wasted so much time and energy when I could have been dedicating it towards my goals, my ambitions. Or I had a chick that treated me that she was interested in me. You deserve better. End of story. I guarantee you she's hooking up with somebody else. Or if she is, you really believe she's a religious type, then she's at least spending time with someone other than you. You deserve better. And I guarantee you keep acting this way, that's how it's going to be one day if you get married. If you treat her, or you move on to some other girl, and you treat another girl just like this, you're going to be fucking miserable married. They're going to treat and walk all over you. So, listen to me. Please, for all that is sacred and holy, let there be a Christmas miracle. Listen to me, end it with her. Either you walk away completely, either you tell her why, and she'll probably twist it around, make you out to be the bad guy, saying you're overreacting, or you're being clingy, or insecure, or just tell her, bring out the waterworks, don't go for a second chance, move on. It's not working. I mean, you dedicate 8 months with her, and you haven't seen her for like 3 or 4, it's not worth it. But I'll leave it to you. So guys, in the comment section, type away. Let this guy know what you think. He's a good guy, don't get me wrong, but he's just young and clueless. And you obviously found my channel for a reason, but you haven't been listening to all my stories and thinking that your situation is different, or she's different. No, she's not. She's just like the rest of them out there. But you see, she's an a-hole, but you, my friend, have behaved, you're the a-hole too, in the sense you've been too nice, too accommodating, letting yourself being jerked around, treated like crap. So I'm not letting this go with you, saying it's all on her. It's also on you. You know, I guarantee you that if you had acted more like a man and stood up for yourself and walked away a while ago and didn't go around carrying the torch for her and being in her friend zone all those years, being on layaway for her, you know, all those years that obviously you were friends, but obviously you liked her, she probably would be different towards you. But just too much damage is gone. She guarantee has too much of a negative impression for this to work out anymore. So don't waste any more time on her. And the next time you have a gal that you really like, do not act like this, okay? Make sure that she's chasing after you, enthusiastic to see you, hang out with you, sleep with you, all that. Otherwise, you're going to have more of this crap go on. And you can see how dark this has gotten because it keeps getting cloudy and dark, now it's cloudy again. I look like the devil here in the darkness. But anyhow, I wish you all the best, bro, and keep me posted on how things go. Alright guys, that is it for today. Be sure to comment down below. Let this guy know what you think. If you should like the video, share it with your friends, and subscribe. I'll catch you next time.